As I've gotten older, and I am getting old, I began to understand a little bit more about what it is that needs to be done in the world, the great needs that people have, the needs that they have to be set free, the needs that they have to find a way to a better way of life, something that has purpose and has something that can give them joy and peace in their day-to-day existence, no matter where they are, no matter what country they're in, no matter even what political system they're in, there can be joy and peace and freedom in the midst of that if we know the truth that Jesus is talking about that will set us free. You can look anywhere in the world and see that there's a great need for people to be set free. There's a great need for people to overcome the blindness of their life. There's a great need for people to be set free of the things that have imprisoned them in all of their lives. It also has brought me to wonder just what is it that God is going to do in the future? Who's he going to call, besides me? Who's going to be the missionaries of the future? And when he calls them, what are they going to do? When I started out in the 20th century, there were no cell phones, there was no internet. I didn't even have a landline. But still, we were able to accomplish things in a way that was above and beyond our ability, above and beyond our own plans, because it was something it was part of God's plan. And it was God who was making things happen. And in that way, we accomplished things that we never would have dreamed that we could accomplish. God is the one who calls anyone into a part of their life that is devoted to glorifying him. It doesn't have to be a missionary. It can be somebody who assists missionaries, or it can be somebody who comes and makes videos about missionaries. It can be any number of things. I grew up as a farm boy west of Havre, Montana, in the USA. A little place up there, up near the Canadian border that gets cold in the winter. I was busy working out my own plans. And then I finally found God's plan in my life, and it became something exciting. And the possibilities that existed there were beyond my imagination. And when God showed me what he was calling me to do, wow, it had meaning for my life. Now, you may be watching this video and think, well, that's nice for Dale Mueller, but I don't know anything like that for me. Well, have you ever asked God about it? Have you ever actually sought and made an effort to seek God and say, well, God, what is it that really would open up my life and give me satisfaction with what I'm doing? A lot of people are afraid to ask God because they're afraid that he will say, oh, you're going to be a missionary. I'm here now in the Philippines and have been here for around 38 years. And I've been in other places like Mexico and Haiti and other places, China, Australia, Singapore, other places. Who would have dreamed that I would see all of those things in the world? I didn't ever dream of leaving Montana. The biggest failure that people have in any walk of Christian life is to ignore what God is telling them. I've had lots of visitors come here, especially to the Philippines. They came here just for a couple weeks, and every time, especially the young people that came here, they would write back to me and say, that trip really changed my life. That trip really opened my eyes. In other words, they're confessing, I was blind. I didn't realize what was going on in the other parts of the world, that all these people that are financially poor really are very spiritually rich, and they were praising God and worshiping God in ways that they never thought possible. They found out God had a plan for them in those places. You may be looking at this and you say, well, that's not for me. Well, that's what I said 50 years ago too. That's not for me. And then I had the opportunity to come here to this place in Navotas, Metro Manila, without any plan on my part. And here we are with a church in 2024. And How it all happened, God knows. I just was along for the ride, and a joyful ride, to be sure. Andrew and Kendall, I thoroughly enjoyed your time coming here. No complaints.
That last part was great. I wish I was recording it. I was recording.
You didn't record it.